Hey guys, what's going on? It's Don here from Novaspirit Tech, and today I got a highly requested video on creating a VPN server using our Raspberry Pi. So let's get started. While on the topic of VPN, if you guys are not joined up with a VPN service like private internet access to secure your internet traffic, I would highly suggest it, and I'll leave a link in the description below. I've been using them for about 7 years, very secure, and they have multiple server locations so you get the fastest speed possible. They don't log, and you could also torrent with it. So if you guys are also interested, I have a Raspberry Pi VPN router that uses private internet access to share the VPN throughout the house with only one account. Links in the description, and I'll leave a card right over here. So let's get into what we're doing today. Now, I found the easiest method to install OpenVPN Server on our Raspberry Pi. Basically, it's like one command line. So I'm starting off with a fresh copy of Raspbian Stretch on my Raspberry Pi. You guys should know how to install this by now. If not, I'll leave a link in the description on how to install it through Etcher. But yeah, let's get started. So we are on our Ubuntu desktop. One thing I highly recommend is to change the default password on your Raspberry Pi. I'm not going to do that yet, but let's hop into a terminal. Alright, so I know you guys were complaining how the font is small, or sometimes when I have the full black screen terminal screen, you can't see it on the top left. Don't worry, I got you guys. So what I'm going to do is just expand this, and I'm pretty sure you guys could read that now. Alright, so to get started, we will have to type in one command. Now, the guys over at PiVPN.io, they did a great job on setting up a script that will automatically install everything and configure everything that you need to set up OpenVPN. Otherwise, you would have to go through a lot of like IP tables and port forwarding. It's a mess when you do it manually, but one command and they got it all set up for you, and all you have to do is just enter through some prompts. We're going to type in curl-l https install.pivpn.io, and we're going to pipe that into bash so it goes into a command. As soon as you type that in, it's basically going to do everything for you. This is only going to take a few minutes. Okay, here are some options that you're going to have to go through. Hit OK on that. Hit OK on this. This is your Pi's IP address. If you need to know it, you do. So just write it down if you don't know it. Hit OK. OK. Now choose a user, which is going to be the Pi. Okay. Unintended upgrades. Yes, you want the unintended upgrades. When security bugs come out and stuff like that, it will automatically upgrade it for you. So you're going to hit yes on that as well. Okay, you want to use UDP for the faster connection, but there's also TCP, which is slower, but I would just recommend using UDP. Now, the port address, I recommend changing it. 1194 is a default port where if there's bots and stuff like that scanning your network, when they see 1194, they automatically know it's OpenVPN and they know what to use to attack it. Same goes for any other port like 5900. If you got VNC connection open, they're going to know exactly. So I recommend changing it. Either you add a 1 at the end or add a 1 in the front, or change the number completely just to be more secure. But I'm just going to leave it as default just for the purpose of this tutorial. So I'm going to hit OK. Now here is the encryption. I would recommend using just 2048. It's going to take a while to generate, about half an hour. Again, for the purpose of this video, just to make it a lot quicker, I'm just going to use 1024, but highly recommend 2048. If not, if you're paranoid and you want to generate a key that will take a couple of hours to make, use 4096. Okay, so here's the part where it's going to take a while, and it gives me the opportunity to explain a couple of things that you need. Now, I know most of you guys are not on a static IP and you're on a dynamic IP. There are a lot of services available that you could use to give yourself like a URL address to that dynamic IP. So basically, if you got IP that changes very frequently, like every week, every month or something like that, and you can't keep up with it, you can sign up for this service, either NoIP or doindns.org. Other than dynamic DNS and all that stuff, and there's so many services available, so I'm not going to show you how to do that, but there are services available, and I'll leave the link in the description. The next thing we need to do is firewall port forwarding, and I'll leave a link in the description on how to do that as well. Now, every brand and every router has a different method. Now, I use a DDWRT, and my method is different from your method, but the logic behind it is exactly the same. You just need to port forward 1194 to your Pi, which is, for me, it's 192.168.105.148. So yeah, in the website that I'm going to leave in the description, you should be able to put in your model, and it should be able to teach you step by step on how to port forward with the router that you have. So in this entry, I'm going to choose DNS entry, And for me, I was gonna do nova.test.dyn.dns.org and then hit yes. If you have Pi-hole installed along with your Raspberry Pi, you might want to just choose that. But other than that, you could use Google. And this is basically it. Wait for the reboot and we could start adding clients. What we're going to do, let me increase this, is PiVPN. Let me center this a little bit. Add, and here we're going to do a client name. Now the first test I'm going to be using is my Android phone, so I'm just going to name this Android. Password could be anything, but you're also going to need a profile key that it's going to generate. So I'm just going to put this as password, and here it's going to generate the key. And it's also going to put it in a folder called OVPNS. So I'm just going to go to CD OVPNS. Now there are multiple ways to transfer this file over to your phone. You could actually, SCP this over to a file server and have your phone connect to the file server, or copy this to a SD card and then transfer it over to your phone. I mean, multiple ways. But the easiest way, this is like a little cheat that I do, is if you have Python installed in your computer, you could actually just type in Python -m and run a simple HTTP server on port 8080, and this will basically share this folder, and I'm going to use my phone and connect right over to that directory. So now I get my phone and type in the IP address and connect to my Raspberry Pi, and you see that I see the file that's called android.ovpn. Click on that, it's going to download to my download directory. We're going to need to download a software called OpenVPN. And then when you're done downloading that and installing it, we're going to load our profile into that, the thing that we just downloaded. So we're going to hit the little 3 dots, import from SD card, scroll down to our downloads folder, scroll down to that file called Android OVPN, select. It's going to create the profile and everything that we need, and the password that we generated before, which I just called it password. Next. Alright, so everything now is connected to my nova-test.dyn DNS. If you notice on top right, it's on 4G. I also got that little icon saying that I am connected, and that's basically it. Now that you're on your own network, if you got your own cloud setup or your Nix cloud setup, you could just use the app, open the IP address to your local storage, which possibly might be 148, and you could load anything through the VPN into your own cloud server. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys have any questions about this, hit up in the comments below. You can also check out my Facebook or my Twitter, because those are the places I kind of respond more to. It's easier to respond to. If you guys have any questions or any video tutorial or any tutorials that you guys want to check out, also hit that up in the comments below. I've been taking a lot of the comments and turning them into videos recently. So if you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing and also hitting that little bell notification icon so you know when the next video is going to be out. And as I say in my nerd cave, hack till it hurts.